I've now been in talks with HGTV, Netflix. I've hosted a show for Rocket Mortgage, who also sponsored the Super Bowl. And then later today, I'm gonna have a phone call about a reality TV show that could take multiple months and would involve going somewhere. So we'll see how that goes later today. I feel like I almost keep getting lucky, but looking back at it, I know that it's not luck, and it's actually certain things that have led to me getting lucky, and it's actually repeatable. So this is how I got my first TV show audition. The first time I got contacted and asked if I wanted to audition to be on a TV show was about 4 years ago when I had about 40,000 subscribers, and it was just an email completely out of the blue. At the time, I was making a lot of content about house hacking. I had a podcast with my brother that only got like a few hundred views per episode. Like nobody was listening to it. And yet somebody emailed and asked if me and my brother wanted to host a TV show called House Hackers. For, I believe it was HGTV, they wouldn't really say what name it was. It was kind of like a Property Brothers type thing, but with house hacking, where I as a real estate agent and him as a construction worker would help people buy multifamilies, be able to leave their jobs, improve their finances, all this stuff, and we'd help them do that. We were in talks with them for like a year. We had multiple interviews, and then COVID hit and it kind of just died. I don't think we would have gotten it anyways because we didn't really have a ton of experience at the time, but it was completely out of the blue with a podcast that nobody listened to. But that was the first time that I realized that you never know who's listening. You never know when you go to a network event who's gonna be there that could change your life. You never know when you make a video and 50 people see it, if one of those people could give you an opportunity that could change your life. Maybe it's not a TV show, but it's working for them, it's creating content for them. You never know who's watching, and if you never put yourself out there, you're never going to be lucky. And speaking of getting lucky, about 6 months after that, I got contacted by Rocket Mortgage to host a show on their new YouTube channel, Rocket Learn. It was just an audition, and I really did not expect to get it, so I made the best audition that I possibly could. Instead of just reading some lines, I created what I thought was a really high quality YouTube video. I figured if I wasn't gonna win, I was gonna not win, giving it my best shot and putting way more effort than I thought anybody else would. And because of that, I got the part or the show with zero experience besides making some YouTube videos that weren't overly popular at the time. So this was a huge learning experience for me. And with this show, everything was scripted. There was about 10 people watching live on Zoom throughout the entire shoots, which were like 4 days to a week long. They're flying a director and a videographer in from like California, like across the country. In order to shoot with me, there was like more elaborate stuff, and I was interviewing some massive creators, and I've never interviewed anybody. I was horrible at it. Maybe that's why like they didn't pick up me for like season 2 or whatever. It's probably why, but I thought it was a really cool opportunity, and that eventually led me into acting, and I've been in a couple of commercials since then and done some other stuff, nothing like big, but like local stuff. But there's just like this huge ripple effect that comes from putting myself out there. Who knows who's watching? Somebody watches. I get an opportunity for the show. I put so much more effort in than everybody else is willing to for an audition. Getting lucky with that leads me into acting. Acting leads me into other stuff. I've met people through these things. And it's this cycle of getting lucky over and over again because of putting in hard work and putting myself in a position to succeed. I don't know, that was really cool. And that also was very validating for me because I'd never really like had someone say yes to me. Like anybody can make YouTube videos, but this was somebody actually hiring me and paying me more money than I've made as like an office cleaner before that. It was just a cool experience. So even though that didn't work out, a couple months after that, I got contacted by another company who was making a show for a major streaming network, and I ended up talking with them for quite a while and auditioning to have my own show where I would help people house hack, but it was just me this time, and it would be helping people find creative ways to lower their housing and stuff like that. I think it would have been a good show. I probably didn't have the experience they were looking for or whatever, and it didn't end up happening, but I never thought that would happen. In fact, I never thought any of this would happen. My initial goal when I started YouTube was to get to 1,000 subscribers, then I was gonna quit. Then I learned about the 3-year rule, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna stick with this for the next 3 years, then I'll say I give it a good shot, and I'll just make 1 video a week for the next 3 years. Then I won't have any regrets. I absolutely never thought I would actually fall in love with filmmaking, making really cool videos, learning stuff, talking in front of a camera, sharing. When I initially set my goal to hit 500,000 subscribers, I didn't even think there was a possibility of hitting. I thought it would be something cool, and now I'm actually kind of close to it, which is so weird. You just never know what one thing will lead to everything else, and now I actually love YouTube, and I'm creating a course on how to run a YouTube channel on 5 hours a week, and I'm getting to talk to people and work with brands that I've been using for years and loving, and now they're actually like reaching out to me. And I finally got to partner with the sponsor of this video, Storyblocks, who I've been using for years. If you don't know what Storyblocks is, they offer unlimited downloads of diverse and high quality media for one predictable subscription cost. You guys have probably seen, maybe you haven't noticed, some of the stock B-roll I've used in my videos over the past couple of years, and most of that has come from Storyblocks. They have an absolute insane amount of 4K footage, templates, music, sound effects, images, and more. And now DaVinci Resolve templates are available in Storyblocks, which is awesome for me because I've been using DaVinci Resolve for a bit. So you can create videos faster and customize these different DaVinci Resolve templates. From motion graphics to animated sequences, you can really tell the difference between cheap and quality stuff, and this is really high quality. It's essential for making good quality videos, and you can save an insane amount of time using Storyblocks. To get started with unlimited stock media downloads at one set price, go to storyblocks.com/GabeBult or click the link down below. You won't regret it. You want to talk to the camera?
Yeah.
What are you going to tell it?
I'm the white.
Ah.
Eat either. Take either.
Oh yeah?
Candy either.
We're about to have our first interview for a reality TV show. Hopefully it'll be exciting. I feel like we gotta sit on the ground for this. So we just had the call. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say what it is, but it would be us traveling somewhere for, I guess, only about a month, which is still a pretty long time. We would live in a different type of culture or lifestyle, and we would learn some skills from that culture or lifestyle. I don't know how much I'm supposed to say. I doubt they care, and I also doubt we will ever hear back from them. I don't know, it's on a pretty big network. I doubt we would get this show. Or if they did want us, it would have to, you know, work out correctly with another baby coming and stuff like that. It was a very interesting experience. I pretty much only had the info off of one email about like what this was about, and then they interviewed us for like 45 minutes, asking us questions, kind of recording the whole thing, asking us about our lifestyle, our past, how we met, our habits, my work history, what we thought about this other lifestyle. And then they'll go ahead, cut that together, send that off to casting, see if they're interested in us or the network's interested in us. And then if anybody does want to have a second interview, whatever, that wouldn't happen for months. So definitely not banking on ever hearing from them again. But honestly, that was like super fun, even if we get nothing past right here. If this did happen, it would be a once in a lifetime opportunity, something you remember forever, something that we would learn some skills and I'm sure would shape the rest of our lives. And I definitely wouldn't have had this if one of the people who randomly works at this casting stuff hadn't stumbled across one of my videos and thought like, hey, that guy might be good for that. There's no chance that even if I was seeking this out, I probably would not have gotten even to an initial interview. But random things like this keep happening, even with going to different events, networking with other creators. I've had people respond to me that I never thought would have responded to me. I've learned ideas from having conversations in hallways on how they make money and how they connect with their audience and how they make better videos, how they live their lives, little habits that have bettered them. And all of those things have come from a spiral. Even my morning cup of coffee came from reading a book when I was 18, which led me down this path of finances and then minimalism and then, you know, watching Matt D'Avella make coffee, and then that led me into like, oh, what's a Chemex? And I make coffee in a Chemex every day now because I read that book when I was 18. Like, how weird is that? If I'm not trying to learn something every day or better myself, like I feel like I'm going backwards. If I'm not going forward, I'm going backwards. There is no maintenance. It's either progress or nothing. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. See you next week.